Good morning, all people. Anyone out there that would do me the honor of subscribing to my channel, that would be great. And I've never even asked about that for like 4 years now that I've been doing this. 5 years, 6 years, 6, no, 5, no, 4 years, 4 years. I've never asked for that, but you know, I'm at the 300 mark, and if I can, in YouTube, you can get a little bit of remuneration, compensation, but you first have to have over 1,000 subscribers. So if you're looking at this, you don't need to, I don't care if you hit the notification button. That's for you to decide. But if you could subscribe, it just kind of moves me in the right direction. You know? So it's good to go in the right direction when you're a pilot. I'm getting some pushback on the video I did the other day. What was that? Today is Thursday, so it would have been Monday, I think. A Learjet taking off with a tailwind into an 800-foot ceiling at an uncontrolled airport. Now, granted, I don't know if this is Class B airspace or not. I don't think it is. I think it's right on the border of Class B to Philadelphia International. Nevertheless, they talk to Philly International. At least the jets do, or they're supposed to. The thing is, this is before they take off or land, I believe. And it's great. I mean, if Philadelphia ATC is in direct control of approaches to this airport, enough said. I don't think they are, though, because number one, it's an uncontrolled airport. Okay, so an uncontrolled airport means just what it implies. There's nobody in control of the airspace here. Class B, if it is Class B, yeah, then Philadelphia is in charge, and you'd have to, you know, let them know if you're going to pick your nose or brush your hair or anything, and that's fine. That works for me. But I still have a sinking feeling about what I witnessed, and that was on Monday. And even the title of the video includes taking off with a tailwind. I just never see the advantage. If you lose an engine, and that can happen anytime, okay? Anytime. If you lose an engine and you're on you're taking off with a tailwind, that complicates the matter severely. It was an 800-foot ceiling, so he disappeared into the ceiling. And you don't have to use a radio at this airport. I can tell you, I was personally involved in a close call that it still makes the hair on my neck stand up, because the guy flying, I had a job to do as an aerial photographer. I had to hire a pilot. This is up at Pottstown, Limerick. The guy that was flying me was a CFII. Okay, so when I hear something like that, the first thing that goes through my head is Admiral Kimmel and Captain Smith. Smith of the Titanic and Kimmel, Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941. Super experienced. Captain Smith had more experience, and this was his last cruise before he retired. Oh, he can't, you know, that's going to work out perfectly. Yeah, perfectly bad. So the CFII, this is an uncontrolled airport at Pottstown, Limerick. He taxis to an active runway and just starts crossing it without looking in either direction. And I look to the right, and here's a Piper Comanche, a big twin Piper with a T-tail. I don't think it's a Comanche, I forget what they call it, but a big twin with a T-tail, putting his wheels on the runway that this CFII is pulling out on, and in front of this guy. So don't tell me, I mean, the guy that left the message with the 12,000 hours, I respect that completely, but keep in mind, all that experience doesn't count for today. It helps, but you're still a human being, you still make a mistake today. The 12,000 hours, I mean, I've seen too many examples of experience creating a sense of apathy, ambivalence, lethargy, you know, a lack of attention. Because I've got the attention, you know, I've got 12,000 hours, and I'm sorry, dude, but I'm just saying, you know, and I appreciate that you have 12,000 hours. The one guy that left that message, I really do. And I'm glad that you're there, and I'm not putting you down for it. I'm just pointing out some examples. Now, that example that I videoed, he goes into an 800-foot ceiling. There can be somebody coming the other way on an IFR flight plan. Would Philadelphia know that? Maybe. They should. Is it 100% sure that they will? No. There ain't no 100% in this world and in this life. So You have to figure, just like Admiral Kimmel on December 7th in 1941, I mean, you know, he woke up with a tea time and he heard about a submarine incursion into the harbor at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and he didn't cancel his tea time. Okay, dude, you're in the wrong job. You're in charge of the entire place, the safety and the welfare of the entire place, but you wouldn't cancel your tea time because of an enemy submarine trying to penetrate, and they were depth charged and fired on. I mean, you know, weapons were discharged, and they sunk. The Ward, with a rookie captain, sunk this submarine that was making a direct attempt to get into Pearl Harbor. But he won't cancel his tea time. Not one airplane in the air. Anyway, that being aside, that taking off into an 800-foot ceiling with a tailwind. Hey, if you don't lose an engine, you're fine. But at an uncontrolled airport, you're not required to use the radio. You're not. That's just a simple, plain fact of the matter. So somebody could fly. You can file an IFR flight plan like 10 minutes before you land, and then it makes it okay. You know, and will Philadelphia pick up that flight plan? Maybe not. You could, while you're flying, you can, you know, you're stuck above the clouds. You have an IFR rating. You file a flight plan, and then you come in, and the wind's out of the east. You're going to be landing on runway 11, and this guy's taking off on runway 29. That's recipe for a head-on collision disaster. It is, okay? And I appreciate all the comments, but I detect a little bit of cynicism. Is that the right word? A little bit of nonchalance, you know, apathy. It's okay, you know, don't worry about it. Boy, when I hear those words, man, it's like bing, bing, bing. It's like alarm bells going off in my head. So anyway, that's that. Today is August 31st, 2023, Thursday. And I got to give my notice I'm moving out in a month, later today or tomorrow. And I'm just going to put it off for a little while anyway. I like that kind of decision and that kind of commitment. I like to delay as long as possible, but it's happening. And I realized yesterday I'm reviewing my tax situation, and I had the whole thing about the taxes and maybe trying to figure this crap out is ridiculous. There's too many people with their hands involved in the tax code, man. It needs to be simplified. This guy scared me on YouTube. He's a Social Security specialist, and he says one of the things you want to be sure you protect against is an overpayment situation where they overpay you, and then they decide they got to get that money back, and they stop paying you. I depend on Social Security now. It is a lifeline for me. Okay, it really is. That plus my savings, but I need that Social Security number. It's not that I want it, I need it. I have to have it. And overpayment is when they pay you too much and then they come to get the money back. Well, my taxes last year, I was wondering, because I had an IRA distribution last year, and I was wondering if, and I didn't pay any income taxes on it. Well, I was sweating this out, and I was crunching, and I tried to find out as much as I could about the 1040 SR yesterday form, and I couldn't find the detailed instructions step by step that I had found before. So I have to go back and look for that again. But I got it figured out. I'm okay for 2022. I didn't have any withdrawals on the withdrawals from 2023, and that could that could come back and get me, definitely. So we'll see about that. But the approach to taxes is you put them off as long as you legally can, as long as legally possible. So that's the thing about the taxes. And I am on edge, man, with this move. I'm really on edge. 72 years old. My God, man, it's gonna be. I don't have many of these moves left in me. I'm thankful to God and my higher power and my Lord that my health is okay. It's not. I have this horrible, you know, thing from my stupid oncologist whose decision-making caused me to have shingles in my right ear, and I lost 95% of the hearing in my right ear, and a constant ringing. It never stops, and it's not fixable either because of the damage that the shingles did in my right ear, because my stupid oncologist took me off of a drug that prevents that. And then an LPN licensed practicing nurse came to me after that guy leaves and says, you should be on acyclovir. And I said, well, he took me off it. And she goes, you got to go back on it right away. I said, why? She says, because you've had chemotherapy, you're going to have pill form of chemotherapy. That can bring the shingles back, and instead of coming out your ear, it can come out your eyes and you'll be blind. And I'm like, yeah! Oh my God, she scared the shit out of me, man. I said, give me the drugs, give me the drugs. And then that son of a bitch that just took me off the drugs for no reason at all. Just, ooh, man, when a doctor screws you up like that, you just, man, I should have sued him, but I didn't. Oh well. That's the dealio. And we got to go out. Harvey's going to chase the kitty cats, the squirrelies, the groundhoggies, and the raccoonies. The wind is out of the east today, so we could catch, some cool airplanes on final approach to runway 11. So we'll see about that. I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.